Hello, Twin Flame Tribe. What's up today? I hope you're having a good day. Um, Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about surrender. So, um, as you know, surrender is a big part of the Twin Flame journey. Um, the Twin Flame journey is all about giving up resistance. In the previous videos, we've covered, the fact that you and your twin are one soul, that you're one soul incarnated into two bodies. And basically, all the lifetimes that you spend here on Earth, in various incarnations, are spent trying to reconcile that back into union. And the reason for that being that your soul is on an initiation and ascension journey back into the divine. We're incarnated into the dualism of the 3D sandbox so that we can experience the earthly experiences around us as a means to actually learn the lessons. And those lessons then help us wake up to the fact that we are our soul and not our mind or ego. And that then triggers an ascension and awakening within us. And that ascension journey then takes us back into the divine and into union. So, we are actually always in union because you and your twin are one soul. You can never be apart, you can never be separated. There is no connection to sever because you and your twin are actually one being. There is no connection. It's not a dualism. It's not she is over there and I am over here, or he's over there and she's over here. You're one soul. You cannot be separated. Not in the 3D, not in the 5D. It is all an illusion. The 3D is an illusion of self. When you look in the mirror, you're actually seeing an illusion of an illusion. And that is something that you need to contemplate quite deeply. Everything that you experience around you in the 3D, that is all about creation. It is created by the minds of people, and it is created by the thoughts of God. So that's basically, what is. That what is can change in a moment's notice. I mean, look at COVID. Look at how quickly the Earth structure's changed. The old regimes, old shifts. Things that you thought would never ever change, changed overnight. There was a lot more solitude, a lot more time for inner reflection. A lift in consciousness. Being aware of so many people dying. And it was basically an instant shift that happened worldwide. So things in the 3D can change very quickly. Pleasure can turn to pain, happiness to sadness, and so forth. But your soul can never change. Your soul is a singular construct, and you and your twin are one soul. So that is singular. It cannot change. It cannot be separated. All of that is an illusion. And the ego keeps that illusion intact. It makes you believe that you are two, that your twin is over there and you're over here. And basically the whole effort around what your ego is trying to do is to keep you apart. So now I will talk a little bit about surrender, because surrender is the key to be in union with your twin. We spoke about forgiveness yesterday. So today I want to talk about another superpower of twins, which is surrender. So basically, the first step in realizing permanent union with your twin is to surrender to the situation you find yourself in right now. You might be separated at the moment. That's quite common. If you're watching this video, you are very most probably the chaser twin. Obsessing over your twin that ran away, not knowing what to do, focusing on the external, looking, trying your best to get her back or him back, whatever the case might be, texting, sending messages, sending flowers, doing a myriad of things that's just not working. So, as you know, the answer is to let all of that go, to surrender to the moment, to surrender what is, to surrender what's unfolding now in your situation, no matter how painful that is, to realize that you are living in an illusionary world, that you are living in a case of mistaken identity, that you are not your mind, that you're in actual fact your soul, and that your mind actually created this prison of suffering and pain for you that you find yourself in right now, pining for your twin, trying your very best to get them back into your life without any success, thus creating more pain and suffering, and you are just living in that prison. So now the more you try and get out of the prison of the mind, the more you're going to struggle and experience more pain and suffering. There's no way you can break out of that prison. You cannot fight for freedom. You cannot scream for peace. That is a futile exercise. So the longer you resist, the longer you try and get out of that prison of pain and suffering and just wishing it would all end, the more it's going to hit you head on, the worse the suffering is going to become. And that is basically where you find yourself in the very depths of the dark night of the soul journey. So the biggest tool to get through that is, like I said yesterday, it's forgiveness. Start by forgiving yourself, forgive your twin, and surrender. Surrender to what is. Now, if you surrender, the bars of the prison itself disappears. There is no more prison. So it's then not a question of you having to break out of the prison. There is no more prison. Now, I had a meditation the other day, and basically I've also been struggling with this quite a lot. My mind is very, very strong, like most people's minds. The ego construct is very strong, and it takes every opportunity to try and convince me, that I'm not living the truth, that I am in fact my mind, that I'm small, that I have no voice, that I have no power, that I have no compassion. And, it's just trying its very best to keep me locked up in that prison. And, then I did a reading for myself. I actually got the upside down sun card. And in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, that card is actually quite a beautiful card with sunflowers, the sun, a wall, and a little child, a golden-haired child riding on a pure white horse with a big red banner into a beautiful field. And, I didn't quite understand why I got that card in that specific position. I won't go into the ins and outs of that. But basically there was a wall at the back. And I realized, that is that prison wall. It's the wall you're trying to break through into this world of the sun and abundance and God's joy and love and inner peace. And I just couldn't break through the wall. And so then I actually got a divine revelation. And, as I visualized all of this in my mind, the wall actually started changing, the bricks started changing into little white butterflies, and they all just sort of started floating away. And that the horse with the child on it could then ride off into that field of sunflowers and a golden harvest and joy and abundance and peace. And that's when I realized, what that card is actually all about is about surrender. If you want to feel the peace and love and joy that God has for you, as you're a divine child, you're a king or a queen, you are God's child. God is a king and a queen, and you in your own right you're a king and a queen. God wants abundance. In one of the parables, in the Bible, it states that those who have will have more, and those who don't have will have even less, and that is the whole point. If you live on the one side of the wall, and you're not surrendering to God's mercy and grace and the divine, the fact that you're a divine child, and you don't open your heart wide for all that abundance, you're on that side of the wall. You're on the side where the sun doesn't shine, and where there aren't fields of gold. And you must realize that on this side of the wall, your twin is not there. Your twin is on the other side of the wall, where you can run free, where you're in your soul space, where you're in that abundance of God. And that is all that God wants for you, is to break through that wall, to turn it into beautiful little butterflies so that it disappears, so that that prison within yourself disappears, so that you can move out into that field and experience the togetherness, the union with your twin as it was always meant to be. There's no one that can love you like your twin, because you are actually, it's like loving yourself, but not loving yourself from a place of judgment. It's loving yourself from a place of total unconditional love, acceptance, joy. Um, it is unlike anything else you will ever experience in your life. So be true to this journey, surrender to this journey, don't fight it. Guys, believe me, I know how difficult this is. I've had my fair share of tears in this journey, I promise you, and I know how difficult it is. And the thing is, it doesn't need to be that difficult. You can really make a difference by surrendering, living in the moment, realizing the truth of who you are, surrendering to that truth, cleaning up house on the inside. Letting go of your bitterness, resentment, forgiving yourself, cleaning up your inner body, clearing that bridge to your soul, moving into the soul space more and more through living in the now and realizing there is no time, and just surrendering to all of that into your life. Be living in gratitude every day, realizing that your soul already has everything it needs. There's no need for any more desires or wants or past pains or associating yourself with traumas. You are a free, sovereign soul, and you are your twin, who is also that same free, sovereign soul, and you are meant to be together. The sooner you surrender to that, the sooner your twin will show up in your life, and you can live in that unconditional love forever and ever. I hope you guys have a great day. Like the video, please subscribe to my channel. You can go over to the website twinflammissionsa.wordpress.com. There's some free content on there. You can also buy the self-study course I wrote. You can sign up for some mentoring and coaching. Guys, I hope to hear from you soon. I'm here to help you. I'm a lighthouse for South African twins, especially, bringing this information to you. Twins are awakening all over the world. We out here far down in Africa, and I realize there's a lot of help required here as well. So reach out to me. I'm willing to help you. I'm here to help you. And let's get you on the right track. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.